gentlemen, we're in for an incredible night. Oh, we're taking it up a notch. I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. Wes and Mike Cheesy coming all strong.
Hello and welcome to the conference call. I'm one of your co-hosts. My name is Chris Edwards, and I'm here with my two other gorgeous co-hosts, TJ and Rex. How y'all gentlemen doing today?
We hanging in there.
Okay.
Beautiful.
He's giving us gorge. Come
Mm,
on, come on.
yum.
He's giving us
Really?
face.
Mm, I'm good.
I think
That's
I
good.
like the up face better.
Was it resting bitch face?
No, the one that's not on camera.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
So listen, we got another rating show for you guys today, and today's one is top 3 cuisines. Now, everyone has their foods that they love, but we're going to talk about ours. Who wants to get started, or should I just start?
You like to start? Go
yeah,
ahead.
you stole it.
Okay, let me start this drama in trouble. So I have a gluten allergy and I have a dairy allergy as well. So my food's very limited to a certain degree.
Mm.
But the one thing that I've always loved from I was a little kid, and there's this thing my mom used to ask me, and this is like a Jamaican thing, but she was like, "What is your navel string cut on?" And when they say navel string, that means your umbilical cord.
Oh,
Um,
I was like, the
because
what?
navel string. So I love Chinese food. Like I could eat Chinese food every single day. But of course, now because of the gluten allergy, I have to be careful as far as what I order. So I typically have like my go-to. I have like 2 or 3 things that I really, really love. The first one is what they call Singapore Mei Fun. So it is the thin rice noodles that's
Mm.
done in a spicy curry sauce. It has vegetables, chicken, shrimp, and pork all stir fried together, and it has a little bit of chili peppers in it. Some places when you go to them, it's listed as spicy, but they don't really do spicy because Americans a lot of times don't really do spicy. But their spicy to me is what I call warm and sweet,
Mm.
but
Mm.
I'll say extra spicy. But I just love it. And then of course I love noodles, and the fact that I can have the rice noodles, it's very filling, it's very comforting. It has that kick of heat to it that I love. Um, and then it has all, I love shrimp. I love pork. Sometimes I don't do the chicken. I'll say minus the chicken because not everybody cooks chicken the same way, even though it's
Mm.
just like shredded chicken they put in there. But
Mhm.
love Chinese food. So that's one of my main dishes. The other one that I love is a good shrimp and broccoli with. I like the clear sauce. I don't like the brown sauce. Brown
Is
sauce
this
is it's a little heavy. Hmm?
is this your like number 3 or your number 1? Or are you
Um,
not going in order?
I'm not going in any particular order.
Mm.
It's just
Okay.
something that I
Yeah.
love.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I think I'm going to start with my number one, which is
Okay.
Mexican food. I
Oh.
love Mexican food, and probably I should be more specific and say Tex-Mex, but really a lot of it is centered around like my other goals. Like I have different goals for like staying healthy, and because I also suffer with gout, and so I don't eat
Hmm.
meat. And what?
I did not know that.
Yeah, since I was like 19.
I don't think I knew that.
So I don't eat meat, and then I try to avoid carbs. 'Cause, like a lot of times when I eat fish and seafood and stuff like that, so I guess you could say I'm pescatarian. But a lot of times when you don't eat meat, you can substitute it with stuff like carbs and stuff like this. So I try to avoid that, and Mexican food is very heavy on the carbs.
Yeah.
But I don't like enchiladas. I like stuff like nachos, and that's why I said Tex-Mex and quesadillas and queso sauce. I can eat queso sauce on
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like one of my favorite things, and every time I have it, it just reminds me of home. Because we even used to have like uh, nachos and quesadillas and stuff in the cafeteria at school.
Listen, when we visit Rex, most times we'll do like the Mexican at least one night. And I remember the first time we came in, we ordered that big bag of nachos and queso. Let me tell you something. That was probably the best that I've ever had.
Oh, that's right. I remember when I visited, we ordered. What was the name of the place? Uncle Julio's
Yeah,
or?
that's what he's talking about, Uncle
Yeah,
Julio.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
it was good.
Yeah.
yeah. I love it.
And that's like one of my favorite restaurants from Texas. I go there. I used to go there all the time when I was living in Texas.
I was like, dude, who's eating all this food? He's like, take it with you. I
So
did
that's
it.
another Southern thing, though, right? Because like being from the South, you make sure people have plenty of food. TJ didn't say who's going to eat all this food. He was just like, okay, if I eat it, I eat it. If I don't, it'll be for later.
Oh
I
my
mean,
god,
you know,
it
I'm
was
Like,
that
like,
aren't
much
you just
food.
used to having like plenty of like food, like you in case anybody wants seconds or have leftovers or whatever?
yes, but also I was like, child, I didn't pay for it, so I ain't got nothing to do with it. I was like, my
You
money
ain't
wasn't
shit.
spent, so I don't give a damn.
No, listen, I get that. Even as a Jamaican, like Jamaican families, we do the same thing too. But like that would just seem like for the amount of people that we had there, it just seemed like so much food. But I thank you because guess what? I took home a whole bag of fresh chips and queso for myself.
You know,
Okay.
what's funny though is like, yes, I am from the South, but when it comes to food, like that, like having like so much food and abundance of food, I actually don't like. I don't order like that, and I don't cook like that.
I
Hmm.
But
used to cook like that.
my friend John, he does not know how to cook for like one person. He
Right.
always cooks and makes more than enough, which I benefit from. Um, but
See?
I don't know. I for whatever reason, I very much cook like I'm a New Yorker or something. Like it's just enough for maybe 2 days, and then after that, it's done.
You know, I do that now, right?
Hmm.
But that was like self-imposed. Like I had to learn that when my kids left home. But when you're feeding a family, like you want to make sure everybody can go and
Yeah.
have whatever. And then if when I was in Texas, my family lived there, and so if I made stuff and it was too much, I would just send a text message and the people would come get it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
TJ, what about you?
Well, since y'all starting with number ones, I'll start with my number one. My number one is Mediterranean food.
Oh,
I
Mm.
I could eat like Mediterranean food. I have a cookbook.
oh, he came with props, people. He
I
came with
did.
props.
You know, I'm always coming with. I have a cookbook. I got this really cheap at this place called Ollie's. Um, Actually, coincidentally, John, my friend who cooks a lot, he had it first, and I was like, "Oh my god, where'd you get that? Did you get it at Ollie's?" He was like, "Yes, I got it." I was like, "I knew I saw it somewhere." I went and got it myself. Um,
Are the
but
recipes any good?
So I've only tried like a couple of them, and one I really did not like. But it does have a plethora of recipes because, as I learned, Mediterranean means all over the damn. Well, not all over the place, but within
That region.
geographical location. So it has
Yeah,
like
it could be.
French, it has some Italian, it has Greek, and I could specifically Greek. I love Greek food. I have a whole article that I pulled up. I like a pita. I like a Greek salad. I like baklava. Yes or no?
Oh, I
Um,
love that as long as they don't have the nuts.
See, I feel like I wanted to have the nut. Um,
I knew
I
you'd
like
say that.
a I like a fattoush salad. I love a falafel. There's so
Mm,
much. Like I could eat like hummus and pita and chickpeas every day.
I'm not a hummus fan.
Me either. It's like vomit.
I was introduced to it by a coworker years ago, and I was like, "This is okay," but I don't think I could eat a lot of it. Fast forward to today, like I can just fuck up some hummus.
Mm.
But yeah, Mediterranean is like my all-time favorite. Like I feel like I could go to like a restaurant like every day and be like, yes, give me the gyro, yes, give me the pita, yes, give me the Greek salad. Yeah, like oh, it's so good. The
I
spices,
know you were doing a lot
flavors.
of yoga and stuff too, though, TJ. So, is that something that you can have all the time, or is it something that you have like as a treat
Greek
whenever
or
you get
Mediterranean?
ready? Yeah, yeah. I don't really know
Yeah,
what the ingredients are like that.
I I don't really restrict myself all that much when it comes to the type of food that I eat. So
Just
like
portion control or whatever.
yeah, I don't like these days. I really don't eat pork or red meat. Well, I don't eat pork or beef. Um, I the things that I really have to like watch myself on are carbs, specifically desserts, sweets.
Yes.
Because if it's in the house, I will eat it. I bought a box of like these organic sunflower butter cookies, and I was like, oh, that sounds really interesting. I have fucked up the box. Every time I open the box, I eat like 5 or 6 at a time.
Oh, don't even get me started. So Chris, let me tell you, Chris is the fucking devil. Okay. So like 2 weeks ago, he was at my house and we went to Starbucks and he got like this Rice Krispie treat thing that they sell at Starbucks. And I wanted one, but the one that he got was the last one.
Oh.
So I waited a couple days and I went back and I got, bitch, I have had a Rice Krispie treat every day since we went home. Like it's I ate 2 of them this morning.
Yeah.
Listen, let me tell you something. When I was in New York, when I worked in New York, I used to like leave my office and walk 2 blocks to this one particular Starbucks. They always had an abundance of them, and I knew where they had them. And when they didn't have them out, I would go and ask them. Said, "Do you guys have any more of the Rice Krispie treats?" And they would go in the back and get them for me. I would always buy 2, because by the time I got back to the office, I would only have 1 left.
Oh my God!
And then I was ashamed, so I sent Brian. I was like, Brian, can you go down to Starbucks? And he came back. And he was like, the lady said they hadn't defrosted any for the day. I was like, you go down there and you tell her.
Oh my God!
She do her fucking job.
Oh my God!
Like, I'm not doing it.
It's addictive. And see, you know what it is? Like for me, especially, those are one of those items that I can eat that I don't have to worry about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to worry about it if you eat 3 of them.
I don't know.
Yeah, look at him. He was like, I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I've never tried 3 at a time.
Yeah.
I've typically done like 2 at most, because I'm the type of person where I'll eat myself till I get sick. Like certain things that I love. Like I remember when I was little, I used to love Twinkies, and I would eat like a half a box of Twinkies, and then I'm like, oh, I don't feel so good.
Child, they didn't even have any of the treats this morning at the Starbucks at my house. So Brian drove to the Starbucks in the wharf.
Oh,
and he came back with a bag of like 5 of them. He was like, don't ask me about these damn treats no more.
Now you know you have a problem. You have a problem. You were sending your husband out into the streets to look for this.
Yeah.
Okay. Like
it's your fault. Anyway, what's your number 2? Devil.
So, okay. So this devil, I don't know. I just love the Asian cuisine. I'm going to say my next pick is Thai food. I love Thai food. I think Thai food is a little bit more on the healthier side. They have lots of vegetables. They do a lot of rice noodles, and a lot of seafood stuff. So like I love it. And then also, I think what the thing for me is the spices. I love spicy food. The spicier, the better. I love the pad thai minus the peanuts. I don't like.
You have a peanut allergy?
No, I don't. I don't like that texture in my food. I'm a very textural person. I want it to be simple. I don't like a lot of sauces in my food unless it's a part of the dish, like condiments. Whatever. I don't need them. Like ketchup and mustard. No, thank you. Okay. I see him down there thinking about something.
You see the face.
Yes. But I love Thai cuisine. I remember when I went to Thailand, I couldn't get enough of the food. The street food, the fruits and the vegetables. Because like Jamaica and Thailand have a lot of similar fruits, but how they prepare them and eat them are very different. So like one of the things is, as a Caribbean, we love our mangoes, and right now it's mango season. I got 3 mangoes on the counter right now. One's screaming for me to cut it up, but like in Thailand, they do theirs in salt and pepper, and I was just like, yeah, oh my God, it's so good. I didn't think I would like this. It's like a seasoned salt, and then they have like a pepper they put on it, and you eat it off a stick in a bag. Yo, let me tell you something. Take me back to Thailand. So Chinese food, and then Thai food. So those are my 2 so far. All right, who's next?
Rex.
So for me, my number 2 is, of course, what I grew up on, which is Cajun Creole food from about the Louisiana area. That's sort of my favorite thing. And That's the way I have it all the time because it's the way I cook, and it's just delicious. It reminds me of my great grandma and being at home. And I find like since I moved here, I cook it more than I ever used to when I lived in Texas. In Texas, I was doing all sorts of crazy shit. I sure miss barbecue.
Texas barbecue.
Well, that and the meat thing.
Oh,
I gave up meat like it's been
Oh.
like 6 years since I gave up meat. So like I just miss like the barbecue flavors. So I try to infuse like the barbecue flavors and stuff that's just like vegetables and not really meat. But I think about it because I think about the way, it's just really when I am having this conversation with you guys, it really just has me think about the way that culture and like the way that you grow up and the memories associated with foods and the feelings. I realize I have a very heavy emotional investment in food, and like it can provide closeness when it's not available. It has the power to trigger memories and all that sort of thing. So like as I even talk to you guys about this and thinking about like kind of the stuff that my great grandma and my mom used to make and stuff, it just really reminds me. It actually brings to the forefront of my memory why I make some of the things that I make and why I like crave certain flavors.
yeah. Okay, TJ, what's your next one?
My next one is actually already been said by I think one or both of y'all. It was Rex. Mexican and Tex-Mex. I like just like
he said
hummus.
like he was like, oh,
like really like hummus. I could eat guacamole like all day, every day. Some good guac. I love some good guacamole. I like a good taco salad. Like I feel like I feel like as we talk, we're offending like authentic Mexican people and authentic Asian people. Because we talk. I'm sure we're talking about all the Americanized like dishes.
No,
them hoes
I
will
love
be
a
all
taco
right.
salad. I love a good fish taco. Oh, a good fish taco. I might have some Mexican tonight. Yeah, like those are kind of like my go-tos. Especially a good fish taco with some rice, some good rice, some good seasoned rice. So yeah, I can. Before we started recording, I was looking through my DoorDash to get inspiration, and yeah, it was all Mediterranean, Mexican, and what's going to be my third, which is also like Asian, Chinese, Thai, hibachi or whatever, and then also some breakfast, some Americanized breakfast stuff thrown in there. So that's my go-to. But yeah, I do love a good Mexican.
Yeah, it's funny you guys both bring this up, but I think that a lot of the foods that we're picking are things that are from our youth or things that just evokes like some type of emotional memory for us. And I think that's what food is supposed to do. The taste, the smells, and that leads me into my next one. My third pick is Jamaican food. I'm Jamaican. My entire family is Jamaican, and whatever. And just growing up in a Jamaican home, those smells, those aromas, those tastes. I remember my mom always cooking, and then I used to always remember when my grandmother used to come up for the summer times and would spend the summers with us. And our house was in the middle of the block, and the bus stop was at the end of the block. I remember getting off the school bus at the end of the day, and literally the minute I stepped off the bus, I could smell my grandmother's cooking from down the street. Now, this is maybe about 7, 8 houses down the block. I could smell her food.
My
And like
word.
as you get closer, it's just like, because my grandmother would season food from the day before, and she'd put all the spices and the seasonings that, as they would say, would help to cure the meat, like the pimento seeds and cloves and all those types of seasonings. And just whenever I eat like home cooked food, it makes me think of when I was a little kid, either my mom cooking or my aunts cooking, my dad cooking, my grandmother cooking. And, wherever I've gone in the world, throughout the world, I always look for like Jamaican food or find a Jamaican spot that I can always go to. There's a food truck here here in Delaware that we found last summer, and they kind of they were stationary for a while, but now they've kind of moved around, and we look for them wherever they are because every once in a while you just want that taste. When I lived in Florida for 2 years, there was and I have to shout out Miss G. I know she'll probably never see this, but her name was Miss G, and the shop was Miss G's Jamaican cuisine, and it just felt like home. Whenever I go to Florida, I make sure I don't care where I am, I drive to go and get food from her, and she's like family, you know. But yeah,
Yes.
Jamaican cuisine, you can't curry goat and white rice is just like my ultimate. If you can just if there was nothing else I could eat, just give me a pot of that, and it has to be spicy. I like to feel like I want my eyes to water. I want my nose to clear up. Yeah, a little
My
sweat,
God.
Yeah.
a little sweat.
You know, it's
My
funny
Lord.
you say that because like my third choice was Jamaican food because like, there's this place that I used to live near in Dallas called Jamaica Gates, and they actually did a special about them on that Diners, Drive-ins, and Dives
Oh,
show on Food Network because they had like the
yeah.
picture in the lobby when you go in and all this other stuff. But I could always go in and get like the curry goat plate, but not with the actual meat. They would just put like the gravy from it on the rice,
Yes.
like the veggies and stuff.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. When you can find a Jamaican person that can cook, yo.
The only thing is though, they had a real fucked up schedule.
Yeah,
Like,
that sounds like a Jamaican restaurant.
like don't get hungry before 5:30.
And then they always run out of something. And it's
Yes.
once.
Oh, ain't no more.
Yeah, pretty much that.
I've actually never had Jamaican food before.
Okay, well, the next time you come up this way,
you are in Tennessee.
It sounds delicious though, so perhaps
It is.
minus the spice, because you know I have a very low tolerance for heat and spice.
Then don't bother with Jamaican.
Well, no,
food.
you can.
well, okay.
And listen, if you love fried chicken, Jamaicans make a mean fried chicken.
You know I do love a fried chicken.
Wait, what about the Jamaican place in New York that does like the patties with the
the beef patties? Well, who are you talking about?
the one that was on?
Chris was
No,
like, who you talking about?
there's tons of Jamaican restaurants, but of course you have like the chain ones that everyone kind of knows. Is it Golden Crust?
No, this is
okay.
like a guy, his grandma's recipe. He opened and said they had you know that channel, like the New York channel on YouTube where they tell you all the good and they tell you all the good places. I've forgotten the name of it, but it's been all over Instagram and everything. People have been like lining up for this place, and you get like these sandwiches, and they put like the curry sauce and stuff on it, and they've been doing like a beef patty with it's like an oxtail.
Yeah, so a lot. Yeah, I know. So a lot of people they'll get like oxtail because oxtail is very big. Americans love it now. So you get oxtail with like curry goat gravy, or you get like fried chicken with oxtail gravy. You can't beat it. But you're talking about Jamaican food. Beef patty is like the thing. It's like a good snack. And then if you get beef patty with a warm cocoa bread is like
that's what it is. It's beef patty with cocoa bread and oxtail.
Okay. Yeah, that actually sounds good.
What is a beef patty and what is cocoa bread?
So beef patty is kind of like Spanish call it something different. It's basically
it's like an empanada, child.
Yeah, it's a pastry dish that's filled with like a beef. Like, but now you can get it with anything. You can get it with chicken, you can get it with shrimp, you can get it with cheese. But the traditional beef patty is minced beef in like this golden yellow crust, and then a lot of Jamaicans eat it with what they call cocoa bread. Cocoa bread is like a little loaf that sliced open. You just put the beef patty in and you eat like a sandwich. But cocoa bread is like sweet and very buttery, so it's very savory. And when you get them both hot and warm, oh my gosh!
TJ over there wetting his shorts.
Hello.
Yeah.
As soon as I get up off here, I'm going to get something to eat.
Look for a good Jamaican spot. You need to go on Yelp and look for a good Jamaican spot.
I'm going to have to drive hours, I'm sure, for that.
Or you could just call InstaFood or whatever those people.
They're going to have to drive hours for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
okay, TJ, did you give us your number 3?
I mentioned it. It's Asian. I do like a good Chinese. I do like a good hibachi.
Mm.
I've sampled Thai a time or two, and I've liked what I've had a
Wait,
couple of times.
hold on. You mean to tell me
Jesus.
that we have sat our Negroid asses up here for 20 minutes to just say that we all eating the same shit?
Exactly. Because as y'all were talking, I was like, "Oh, this is on my list, and that's on my list too."
What what in the hell?
Yeah,
America, we do have a problem.
we do, child.
It's
We surely
okay.
do.
It's okay.
But Chris mentioned like a lot of food, taking you back to your childhood. The first time I had Chinese food was when I was a kid. And so we actually never had Mexican when I was a kid, but we had Chinese food often. But it was the mall Chinese food.
Yes.
You couldn't tell me that was not
Like pandas?
fine dining. It was so good. What?
No, you're not
Like
talking about
pandas?
Not this was before Panda.
Yeah, like those
Yeah.
authentic.
Oh,
Chinese
okay. You just
Like
had
China Walk.
random
Like a China
walk.
Walk. Like that's
Yeah.
the name of it. Like China Walk.
Yeah.
But it was so good. I would always do like an orange chicken or a sesame chicken with some rice and as a kid, I was like, "Ooh, all these flavors! Ooh, what is this? This is delicious." So anytime I eat anytime I eat like that, like Americanized Chinese
You
food,
was a greedy bitch.
so delicious.
Like how you know how much convincing you have to do to get a kid to want to eat Chinese food while he talking about all these flavors.
So good.
No,
You was always too grown for your good.
And then the cream cheese wontons. Now, mind you, okay, the mall Chinese food with the cream cheese wontons, it's okay. The first time I had like a fresh, hot crab rangoon or cream cheese wonton I was in Chicago. This was ages ago. I had went to visit friends and they took me to this Chinese restaurant and they brought out this crab rangoon and I was like, oh, my life has changed.
Yeah.
So good. So delicious. So that's my third.
When you come here, you have to have this place called the Joy Luck House.
Okay. That sounds like a bathhouse. Or what I do like
oh
half
my
a year.
god. It's like right in the heart of Chinatown, but you can call Insta Delivery to have them bring it to you if you want, or you can go around there. They have yes.
Oh, we've had them.
You
Okay.
had it. Mm-hmm. Okay. And they have these crab rangoons that they serve with a sweet chili sauce.
Oh, yes, please. Chili sauce.
Oh. So listen, we've been talking about all the different types of food from different places around the world. Mm-hmm. But I think that, like my ultimate dish. Now, I love Indian food. I love Mediterranean. I love Ethiopian food. Mm. But the one thing that I find that's universal in all those types of cuisines that I'm a lover of is rice.
Yes, rice.
I can eat that.
That's it, rice.
7 days a week. Any type of rice. I don't even need any gravy, nothing on it. I have my little rice cooker over there. Put a little salt, a little butter, let it do its thing. When it beeps, it's me. It's time for me. I had rice last night for dinner. I'm probably going to steam some rice tonight for dinner to go with whatever I'm about to eat. And as a small child, I would just sit there and eat rice. My mom had to lie to me and say, "Hey, you have to stop eating this dry rice because you're going to go deaf." And I didn't even care. I just kept eating.
Gonna go deaf. That is hilarious.
When my mom used to send me to my great grandma's house for summers, because I think she just wanted a break from me, to be honest. But my big mama used to make white rice with chopped up hot dogs in it every morning for breakfast.
I'll eat that too.
For breakfast?
I'll eat rice for breakfast.
I'm one of those people. To me, rice is not a breakfast food, so it's very strange for me.
I don't eat sweet for breakfast. Like that's not a thing in my family.
And so I will.
Yeah.
In Asian culture, you eat rice all throughout the day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yes, I'm
like I don't do sweet grits and all that sort of thing.
No, me neither.
No. But so listen, we want you guys to keep the conversation going, even though we are done with this particular show. Make sure you leave comments and let us know what are some of your favorite cuisines. What are your top foods? What do you like to eat? But in addition to that, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and then also hit the notification button because we drop new videos every Wednesday and Thursday at 12 p.m. So with that being said, guys, I'll see you next time.
Deuces.